DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: 14-year-old Gabrielle Esprit of the Dominica Girl Guides Association dominates the awards to be crowned Miss Teen Dominica last night. Other news this morning: a Dominican excels at Caribbean Baking Awards in Tortola. News from the regional scene: the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urges CARICOM leaders to continue their work and advocacy against drug and arms trafficking. And news from the international scene: European leaders and Trudeau in Ukraine for show of support on invasion anniversary. The details of the morning news right after this.
The range of Kin juices are 100% natural with no added sugar. Kin offers a range of refreshing juices which are enriched with vitamin C and no added preservatives. Delight yourself in one of Kin's nectars or treat your little ones with a Kinita box drink at a refreshingly low price today. Kin, the juice in our lives. Sold at major supermarkets island-wide. Distributed by Fine Foods Inc.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The news this morning is brought to listeners through the kind compliments of Fine Foods Inc., HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited, and Petro Caribe. My name is Curtis Matthew. Here we go with our lead story. 14-year-old Gabrielle Esprit of the Dominica Girl Guides Association has dominated the awards to be crowned Miss Teen Dominica 2025. Gabrielle Esprit of Maho, a third-form student of the Convent High School, the daughter of Maxine Esprit, copped awards for Best in Spectacular Wear, Best Performing Talent, Best in Evening Wear, Best Evening Wear, and Best Response to Question to win the title at the Windsor Park Stadium forecourt last night. The only other judge award on offer, Best Promotional Speech, was taken by Kiana Aaron of Isaiah Thomas Secondary School, the first runner-up. Second runner-up was Hannah Joseph of the Dominica Grammar School, and third runner-up, Corinne Roye of St. Martin Secondary School. The Miss Photogenic Award went to Corinne Roye of the St. Martin Secondary School, while Hannah Joseph of the Dominica Grammar School was Miss Amity. The new Miss Teen Dominica, Gabrielle Esprit.
It was a great competition. I enjoyed myself, and I hope everybody else enjoyed themselves too. And I just hope that me and the other contestants can keep our relationship as friends, and that this wouldn't change anything. But I truly enjoyed myself, and I'm thanking the judges for seeing my full potential. I prepared very well. I had to stay up many late nights. It took a lot of effort. It took a lot of sleepless nights, but I did it, and I'm so proud of myself. I just want to let all the children that are insecure and don't feel good about themselves to always believe in themselves just like I did, because I used to be a very shy child. To just seize the moment to always do what you want to do and never let good opportunities pass you.
And that's the 14-year-old Miss Teen Dominica 2025, Gabrielle Esprit, of the Dominica Girl Guides Association, while Josette Seraphine Hedrington is president of the Dominica Girl Guides Association.
Well, I mean, I cannot say it was a miracle because this is what she wanted. 2024, Christmas, she won the Miss Noel title. And what happens is that we really wanted people to observe us. There are lots of children who came to us, young girls, say they would like to be like her. They want to be there. So we know that right now with the association, I think we'll have a lot of young girls coming because we had a difficulty of getting girls. But right now we can see where we're going. She is a very intelligent child and it was very, very hard for her too. I must say that because she had the schoolwork to do and I think it was about maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks she had for her to be where she is now. So we're happy with that and there'll be more. So she also, we can use her as an ambassador. And the way she speaks about, the Girl Guides, well, we're happy about it.
And that's the president of the Dominica Girl Guides Association, Josette Seraphine Hedrington. In response to a suspected drowning at sea in the Daly's area, a crew from the Dominica Coast Guard has recovered the lifeless body of Abner Etienne, male adult of Daly's. His body was recovered on the morning of Saturday 22nd. Subsequently, on that day, the body was medically declared dead by the district doctor and transported to a funeral home pending an autopsy. Police say the deceased was swept away at sea in distress by a wave while he was rock fishing. He was a councillor on the Daly's Village Council. The preliminary investigation by the district police suggests no foul play, and the death seems to be related to a tragic incident. We will follow that development in Daly's and bring you more in another newscast. Carnival patrons in Dominica will be given a treat this evening as the annual Lago Street Jam takes place in Roseau. The Lago Street Jam is an opportunity for Calypsonians to perform their road march contenders. Well, band leader for Swinging Stars, Peter Later, says Calypsonians from both tents will feature this evening. DBS Radio will broadcast the Lago Street Jam live from 8:30 this evening. Other news, a Dominican has excelled at the Caribbean Baking Awards in Tortola. Sherry and Alexander George copped the award for Best Cookie Art.
Well, the bakers in this category have pushed the boundaries of what we think a cookie can be. So it's not any ordinary cookie. It's not any cookie you can get at Walmart or at the supermarket down the road. It's some real special, unique cookie. And that's why they are receiving the award. Let's take a look at some of the nominees for Best Cookie Art.
The nominees are Anna Scatto, Trinidad and Tobago; Brookie's Cookies, Cayman Islands; Christian Richardson, St. Martin; Cookie Queen from Grenada; and Sherrianne Alexander George from Dominica.
And the winner for Best Cookie Art, drum roll, drum roll, drum roll. And the winner is Sherrianne Alexander George, Dominica. Round of applause, Sherrianne Alexander George, Dominica. Sherrianne Alexander George, Dominica. Sherrianne Alexander George, Dominica. Sherrianne.
First of all, I'd like to thank God first and foremost for giving me the talent and the patience to do what I do, because if you know about customized cookies, it takes a lot of patience. Also, I'd like to thank my family, my support system, especially my husband. Without them, I don't know if I would still be doing it, because some days I feel like giving up. And also, I'd like to thank everyone who voted for me back home and abroad. I really appreciate that. And also to my customers, thank you for sharing, for telling. It was It was great to see my face all over Facebook. And also thank you to the Caribbean Baking Awards for awarding me this experience.
And that's the winner of the best cookie at the Caribbean Baking Awards in Tortola, Sherian Alexander George. DBS Radio congratulates you and the family for this major award. Other news this morning, former Prime Minister Oliver Serafin and a list of other prominent Dominicans here and abroad have been recognized during an awards dinner gala hosted by the Greenhill City Reunion of Goodwill. Mr. Serafin took the Greenhill City Legends Award at Goodwill Parish Hall over the weekend. He said the award was special.
Very significant. It took my village to give me the recognition that many people believe that should have come earlier, from other sources. Over the last month, I must have been called upon to make 4 different addresses as it pertains to people who passed on. And so life, as you know, I just celebrated my 80th birthday recently. And so life is not permanent. We're passing through. And so this thing about holding back and not recognizing those of us who have contributed to our country has proven differently insofar as the Greenhill people, knowing that's where I came from, knowing that what I did as a person who was involved with national development and the process of governance, and they have decided to give me this award. It is because they see that there was a need for it. I remember in my 80th birthday commentaries from many people that, OJ, you have not yet been recognized, but future historians will recognize you. The point is that Greenhill have, and I'm very pleased about that.
And that's the former Prime Minister Oliver Serafin. The Greenhill City Legends Award also went to the veteran broadcaster Jeff Charles, music icon Gordon Henderson, and former elite cricket umpire Billy Doctrove.
It was given to me by persons who I grew up with from since I was 4 years. I've been in Greenhill, and they lived with me for a number of years. I spent over 30 years in Greenhill. I'm just happy to have been, I feel honored to have been given that award by the committee. It is one of my most cherished awards from all those that I received, because as I said, there were persons who grew up with me, in my formative years. That's where I started playing all my sports. I'm just so elated to be a recipient of that award.
And that's the former Test cricket umpire and recipient of the Greenhill City Legends Award, Billy Doctrove. The Lifetime Achievement Award was bestowed on Dr. George Bruni, Father Franklin Coffey, Giselle Mondesi Charles, Dr. Donna Dodds, Attorney Duncan Stowe, Dr. Swinburne Augustine, and retired broadcaster Dr. Steinberg Henry.
I just think it's amazing when a group of Dominicans who grew up in a particular community that is 2 intersecting roads should come together and reward the persons who emerged from that intersecting community, recognizing them for the work that they did over the last 40, 50 years. I just think it is an amazing thing. It says much about community. It says much about the development of a human resource. It says much about healing, nostalgia, reflection, sense of history. It is almost the kind of thing we should be doing lots more of. We need to recognize people lots. Just the same way we need to recognize ecosystems or ecological systems or systems of culture or systems of art. We need to begin to give special, and look at the people who are here. Dr. Swinburne Augustine is originally from Delis. O.J. Serafin, I think his parents come from Fokole. Steinberg Henry come from Zikak, Portsmouth, Dominica. Duncan come from... So what I think confronts us is our ability to capture the many stories of the so-called unsung heroes of Dominica, and we must move about that immediately.
And that's Dr. Steinberg Henry. Dr. Swinburne Augustine, who is based in the United States, says he's honored to have received such an award.
This is the most special award to me. Although I've received other awards, this one is special because, like the Bible says in Mark, a prophet is never welcome in his own land. And for your own people to recognize your worth, they watch you growing up, I think that is really special, and I am so honored to receive it. I am still based in Cincinnati, Ohio. I work with the Environmental Protection Agency. I was the first black scientist to have his own lab. It's really difficult when you're black, you're an immigrant, you have a foreign accent. People find the accent funny, but they think you don't know anything. Although I was the only immunologist there, though, they thought they knew my field better than me. I say that not to criticize, but to educate the others that no matter what hurdles people put in front of you, success is finding a way to either go around, under, or climb them, and not make it a problem that depresses you.
Dr. Swinburne Augustine. The Grinnell City Stalwarts Award went to educator Jennifer White and the Grinnell Lions, while Big Edge Financial Express received the Headline Sponsors Award and Bullseye Pharmacy the Special Recognition Business Award. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres urged CARICOM leaders to continue their work and advocacy against drug and arms trafficking. He spoke at the opening ceremony of the 48th regular meeting of CARICOM heads in Barbados last week. He declared that drugs and guns are fueling violence across the Caribbean. The UN chief said that to fight drugs and weapons trafficking, there is need to address the countries of origin and destination. He said, without cooperation, the Caribbean will never win the battle. He asserted that the Caribbean people are paying the heavy price for the lack of cooperation they still face. Small arms trafficking and violence have turned in the Caribbean, it have turned into a public health crisis, forcing heads to declare crime and violence a public health issue in April 2023. Finally, this morning, 3 years since Russia began its full-scale invasion of Ukraine, European leaders and Canada's Justin Trudeau have arrived in Kyiv in a show of support. The leaders are discussing Ukraine's war effort as the U.S., which is not at the summit, applies pressure on President Zelensky. To mark the anniversary, President Zelensky has hailed Ukrainian heroism and 3 years of resistance. It is 16 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Farm your meals with the superb quality that is found in Robert's products. Become a master baker with Balbocry shortening. Add a touch of love to your food with Sunflower Soft Luxury Spread. Perfect your bread with Glow Spread Margarine. Add Mellow Cream, the tastemaker flavor to all your gravies, soups, and stews. Robert's, for the love of cooking. Distributed by Fine Foods, the biggest distributor of the biggest brands found in Dominica.
Since 1910, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited has proudly served Dominica, offering a wide variety of products and services in shipping, logistics, insurance, travel, retail, and wholesale. We are committed to serve you. Contact us today at 767-255-1100 or visit us at our main office on Old Street, Roseau. From humble beginnings to proud achievements, HHV Whitchurch and Company Limited.
Petro Caribe. Tank installation is part of our mission. Excellent client support is what we got. Contribution to development of Dominica. Supply of LPG at an affordable rate. Let's go. Petro Caribe straight. No time to waste. So come on everyone with me to Petro Caribe. 250 gallon propane tank. 420 pound propane tank. 100 pound LPG cylinder. Petro Caribe. 20 pound fiberglass cylinder. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe. Petro Caribe.
Covering the nation and beyond. DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth. Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
Just Mobank me. It's that easy.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD makes it easy to bank online, anywhere, at any time with Mobanking. The faster, easier way to bank.
The faster, easier way.
So transfer funds on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
To pay your bills with Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
So order checks on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way.
Pay employees on Mobanking.
The faster, easier way to bank.
Log on or sign up for Mobanking to bank online, anywhere, at any time. Visit nbdominica.com for more details and follow us on Facebook and YouTube.
So how should I pay you?
Just Mobank me. Here's my ID.
The faster, easier way to bank.
NBD.
Your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news and news on the Champions Trophy. Of course, the West Indies are not competing in the Champions Trophy. The match on the way, Bangladesh and New Zealand. Bangladesh, the last we heard, they were batting on 119 for 5. We'll bring you an update in the course of the day, but that's Bangladesh on 119 for 5 in their match against New Zealand. Meantime, on Sunday, Virat Kohli, the former India captain, got an unbeaten century as India handed Pakistan their second defeat in the tournament. Pakistan batted first. They made 241 all out. Saud Shakil got 82. Mohammad Rizwan 46. Kuldeep Yadav took 3 for 40 for India. India then replied with 244 for 4 in 42.3 overs. Kohli hit 100 not out, his 51st one-day century. India won by 6 wickets. Kohli was named man of the match.
It feels good to be able to bat in that manner in an important game where we wanted to seal our qualification into the semis and to contribute in a situation like that where we kind of lost Rohit early and then we had to string in a partnership, took the learnings from the last game that we played, the conditions, the understanding of how to go about things, and my job was pretty clear to control the middle overs, to try and go after the seam bowlers, and not take too many risks against the spinners, but keep rotating strike. And once we strung in a nice partnership, then towards the end, I think Shreyas accelerated and I got a few boundaries away as well. But yeah, it was more or less the way I play ODI cricket, so I was happy with the template.
In a situation like this, the importance of the game, the occasion of an India-Pakistan and this crowd here, with all your experience, how do you keep the focus and keep the process?
I think for me, I have a decent understanding of my game over the years. My job is to focus on my skill and to be able to do the job for the team as much as I can. And I think one of the keynotes there is I kept telling myself in the field whenever I was feeling a bit down that, I'm going to put my 100% on every ball that I field.
And that's the Indian batsman and former captain, Virat Kohli. Some football news. The national women's under-20 football team suffered their second straight defeat in the CONCACAF women's under-20 qualifiers in Trinidad as they went down to Trinidad last night. Dominica after conceding 22 goals in their opening match against Canada on Friday, put up a better performance against Trinidad, but still suffered another heavy defeat. Dominica were down 3-0 at the half and conceded 4 more goals in the second as they went down by 7 goals to 0. The result leaves Dominica without a point after 2 matches, and the team has conceded 29 goals in the process. Dominica will play its final match in the group on Tuesday when they take on Bermuda at 4 in the afternoon. In the other match in Group E, Canada beat Bermuda by 3-0. Canada tops the group with 6 points and a superior goal difference. Trinidad is second on 6 points, Bermuda is third, and Dominica in 4th position. Let's go back to some cricket news. The Windward Island women's cricket captain, Zeta James, feels that while preparations could have been better, the Windwards have the personnel to compete as the CG United Women's Super 50 Cup gets underway this morning in St. Kitts. The Windwards will play the Leeward Islands in its opening match this morning.
I think they are ready. We just got to really train hard because, coming out of the Windward Islands, we don't really stay together. We only meet up during the tournament or just a few days before the tournament. But this time around it's a bit difficult, and it's sad that we did not meet in the tournament. Well, did not meet before the tournament, sorry. But the former players, I think it will come along with, because it's 50 overs, so you have a lot more time, and I think that they should get informed by that tournament. It's not nothing to worry about. I think that everyone just got to go in and just play their role that they ought to do. But for me, I've been working really hard on everything, both my batting, bowling, and also my fielding. We recently had the Windward Islands senior tournament, so I did partake in that, a bit of it. But going forward, I think that Windward Islands, what I'm seeing from Windward Islands is that they're bringing in a lot of youngsters into the team. So I think that we should be growing. I think Windward Islands should be growing as a team and in the next generation.
And that's the Windward Islands women's captain, Zeta James. The Windward Islands women's cricket captain, Zeta James. There are 4 Dominicans on the Windward Islands team. Well, Pearl Etienne, Abini Seja, Ernisha Fontaine, and Amia Gilbert. The full Windward's team is Zeta James, the captain, Holly Charles, Nerissa Crafton, Ashlyn Edward, Pearl Etienne, Afi Fletcher, Ernisha Fontaine, Amia Gilbert, Janelle Glasgow, Zafina Joseph, Karena Noel, Selena Ross, Chrissa Smith, and Abini Seja. Meanwhile, defending champions Jamaica will bowl off its campaign against Trinidad and Tobago this morning in the other encounter. Cricket fans will have a chance to see Brian Lara and the Universe boss Krill Gale in action this morning as the West Indies begin its campaign in the International Masters T20 League today. The Windies will take on the Australians Masters in their first match starting at 10 o'clock. Brian Lara will captain the West Indies Masters team. The rest of the team is Chris Gale, Kirk Edwards, Dinesh Ramdeen, William Perkins, Fidel Edwards, Lendl Simmons, Nassim Dionarine, Ashley Nurse, Dwayne Smith, Jerome Taylor, Ravi Rampal, Suleiman Ben, Tino Bess, and Chadwick Walton. Meanwhile, former Sri Lankan captain Kumar Sangakkara got a half-century, but that was not enough to guide Sri Lanka to a win over India in the opening match of the tournament on the weekend. India posted 222 for 4 in their 20 overs batting first. Yusuf Pathan got 56, Bini had 68, and Sachin Tendulkar 10. Sri Lanka got 218 for 9 in their 20 overs. Kumar Sangakkara got 51. India winning by 4 runs. Some schools football news now. The Dominica Grammar School under-17 football captain Chance Marshall has praised his team's never-say-die attitude as they came from behind twice to win the sports division under-17 football title, beating two-time champions Castlebrooke Secondary School on the weekend. Dwight Walsh was crucial for the Dominica Grammar School, getting a goal and assist and the winning penalty as Dominica Grammar School took the match 3-2 on penalty kicks. Marshall says he was impressed with how the team stepped up.
Well, Gavin, first of all, I want to say thank God, for giving us the life and strength to come there today and put in a performance. I miss a penalty, but I come back strong. If I go on an assist, I just want to thank my team for putting us on their back. We do it together. I couldn't do it alone. Our coach, our teachers, my grandmother, there with me, everybody that support me, I love all you. Thank you.
I can see it was a real battle chance because you're literally battered and bruised. You're bleeding from your mouth. You have cuts as well. You're missing teeth. What was it like out there?
Well, sacrifices, everything have sacrifices, but at the end of the day, I'm happy. My first under-17 trophy for my school, my last year. So I just want to be grateful and to thank everybody that was there through the process. Yeah, thank you.
All right. What was it like coming back from 2 goals down twice, especially in the later stages of the match?
Well, right after my teeth come out, I was on the side and I tell the coach I to go back inside and I score, And then little again, I throw my penalty. Then I tell my team we come back stronger again. We go down 2-1. I get an assist to bring us level. I throw my penalty in the shootout again, but without my teammates, we couldn't do it. So I have to thank them, they play a big part today. And yeah, that's all I can say.
And that's the Dominica Grammar School captain Chance Marshall. Meantime, in the under-14 division, the Castlebrooke Secondary School were able to retain their title as they beat Portsmouth Secondary School by 3-1. Roxanne Copel got 2 goals and an assist, and Lucanson Joseph also scored for the Castlebrooke Secondary School, while Sherquan Brumant got the lone goal for the Portsmouth Secondary School. Castlebrooke Secondary School assistant head coach Delroy Watt says this is a big win for the school.
Definitely, Gavin. I'm really pleased with the team's performance in today's championship. In the group stages of the competition, I must add that Portsmouth Secondary School defeated us initially, and to come here today and beat them 3-1 in the finals, I must say that is a tremendous job by the boys, and I'm happy with their performance today.
All right, what sort of adjustments did you make following that game in the first round to come back and get the better of the guys this time around?
All right, so we had a few more sessions. We had more sessions to our program, and then we made some tactical adjustments specifically to suit Portsmouth Secondary. We've seen how they have been playing in the league. We know their strong areas. We know their weak points, and it was just a matter of planning and setting up a game plan to suit their style of play.
All right, Roxanne Copel had a very big game. Clearly, he'll be named man of the match most likely. How impactful do you think he was?
Definitely, Roxanne, I easily should get the MVP today. As you can see, his level, his skill level, his tactical awareness of the game is above par for this age group. He's a very exceptional player. Roxanne actually plays in the Premier League.
Plays in the Premier League. All right. Now let's talk about other players. You also had Malachi Joseph, who was quite impressive as well up front.
Yes, another upcoming talent, Malachi Joseph. Still some work to do with him in terms of tactical discipline. Sometimes he will react, overreact sometimes just to calm his nerves and but that will grow that into him. It's just a matter of working with him, and instilling that sort of professionalism in him. And he will get there definitely.
How pleasing is this championship for the CBSS back-to-back champions?
Of course, we are elated. I mean, we work hard here at the Castlebrooke Secondary. We have avid footballers and sportsmen and young sportsmen and women. So definitely, we have a vibrant program, and the school on the whole, the entire school body, we get a lot of support from the staff members, auxiliary staff, the principal, deputies. So it's not really the sports department alone. It's a whole community school thing. You get a lot of support from the entire community at CBSS.
And that's the Castlebrooke Secondary School assistant head coach, Delroy Watt. Well, the finals will continue on Wednesday with the under-20 division. The Dominica State College will meet the Dominica Grammar School at Windsor Park. Let's just remind you of an interview coming up on DBS Radio this morning at 9:30. It's a major interview you don't want to miss. It's at 9:30. The topic: advancing air access and redefining Dominica's tourism sector. That comes up at 9:30, and here are the guests. Lisa Valmont, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism. There is also Samuel Johnson, the Chief Executive Officer, International Airport Development Company. There is also